In the world of Metal Gear, there are many people who have the codename Snake. There's in fact 5 of them. But have you guys ever wondered how can you differentiate all 5 of the people who have the codename Snake? It also doesn't help by the fact that 4 out of the 5 snakes are actually based off the original, so how can we differentiate all 5 of the snakes in Metal Gear? So to start off, our original snake is in fact Naked Snake, aka Big Boss, whose real name is John. Now in terms of appearance, the biggest thing that differentiates Big Boss from all the other snakes is the fact that he wears an eye patch plus primarily wears green clothing. If you see a snake and he has an eye patch, there's gonna be an 80% chance that this guy is gonna be Naked Snake, aka Big Boss, the original version. However, Naked Snake is not the only snake that has an eye patch, because our second snake, Venom Snake, also has an eye patch. So how can you differentiate Venom Snake with Naked Snake? So for starters, when looking at the eye patch, Naked Snake's eye patch only has one strap to it, unlike Venom Snake, who has not one but 2 straps that go over his right eye. But more importantly, Venom Snake tends to have more scars, but the biggest one is the fact that there is a giant shrapnel on the right side of his forehead. If you see a snake that has a horn sticking out of his head, it is going to be Venom Snake. Now covering Venom Snake and Naked Snake, let's talk about the 3 snake clones. To start off, we have Solid Snake, our main character. When you think of Snake, you're thinking of this guy. The biggest way that you can tell between Solid Snake and Naked Snake is the fact that Solid Snake has 2 eyes and also primarily wears gray. Therefore, even if you see a picture of Big Boss when he has both of his eyes, the fact that he has facial markings and he's wearing green and not gray, that doesn't indicate that this is going to be Big Boss and not Solid Snake. The 4th snake that we'll be talking about is going to be Solidus Snake. Now the way that you can tell that which snake is Solidus Snake is the fact that A, he is the only person to wear like this tentacle robot arm suit, but more importantly, he has an eye patch over his left eye. Because when looking at Big Boss, while Big Boss does have an eye patch, it is over his right eye. And the same thing can be applied to Venom Snake. But Solidus, on the other hand, he has it over the left eye. And the other way you can tell that this is Solid is that he's the only person who looks like an old guy and still goes by the name of Snake. And while the same thing could be applied to Big Boss in Metal Gear Solid 4, Metal Gear Solid 4 Big Boss does not go by the name of Snake in any capacity, only Big Boss. Unlike Solidus, who still goes by the name of Snake even though he looks old. Regardless, the big way that you can determine that this is Solidus is by the fact that A, he has this exoskeleton, but more importantly, he has an eye patch over his left eye as opposed to his right eye. For our final snake, this one's going to be the easiest to differentiate because this snake has 3 defining character traits. Number 1, he's blonde. Number 2, he speaks in a British accent. And number 3, he is perpetually shirtless. Even when he's wearing a jacket, he will show you that he's wearing nothing underneath that jacket. Even as a child, this man refuses to wear a shirt. Therefore, if you see a snake that is blonde, British, or does not wear a shirt, there's a 99% chance that you're talking to Liquid Snake. And with that, you can now differentiate the 5 snakes in Metal Gear.